back plates to clean off the auger. You got to dump that and come back and finish. Hey, he's hosing it off now. Does he know he's not done?
He did that before shooting at the slide.
the Aviator Sports Center in Brooklyn, New York, at the end of Flatbush Avenue at the old Bennett Airfield, a former naval aviation base. There is a part of this facility that is still, it says, active military. Who knows what goes on there, but no more airplanes. This, as you may have saw at the beginning, is a part of the National Park Service, so I'm actually impressed that they are open. There is a museum here on site that has 13 completely restored World War II aircraft. That building is only open on Saturdays and Tuesdays, however, so be sure to check that out before you make your plans to come on down to the Aviator Center. Really, it's a unique facility. The campus is enormous. They've got 2 soccer field-sized football fields. There appears to be some sort of a petting zoo. It's also closed right now. And we're a 15-minute drive, but only a stone's throw away from Coney Island. You cannot see it from here, I don't believe, unless you walk out into some areas. But you can't drive to a spot where you can see Coney Island. That's all I know. So in this game, wearing the red sweaters again, determined to get a W in red. Starting this game off in period number 1 on the scoreboard side of the rink. Going from right to left, the Utica Junior Comets versus the home team in the home black. Going from left to right, the New York Arrows. Arrows are coached by head coach Eric Conway, assistant coaches Chris Siglio and Keith Presti. The Utica Junior Comets coached by head coach Josh Pinard, assistant coach Ryan Suick, and always found somewhere Mr. Kaffenberger. We got about 3.5 minutes of warm-ups remaining. One side or one portion of the ice is in the sunlight. That's always interesting for a hockey game. There is no netting on the sides, so I am super happy. Unfortunately, I am not in a spot in this rink where I could have brought all of my equipment to and from. I may have had to have climbed a barrier to get to this perfect location. Otherwise, I would have been live streaming from right there. That doesn't make for a happy the Dan-Dalin. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and we are less than 3 minutes away from today's THF League hockey game. Looks like Marino for the Arrows is wearing a white sweater. I imagine they'll still let him play. So it's black and white against red. And there's somebody that's wearing a no-number jersey. And there's some people here that are not on the roster on the THF League website. I don't know what that means. I just know what I have and my resources for them. 1.5 minutes of warm-up remaining. We'll see how well I do at zooming in and out on the old phone here. All right, I wasn't sure if we were going to do lineups and national anthem, this being a league game at all. I guess we are not. I did see Marino, number 11 for the New York Arrows, take off his white sweater and put on a black sweater so he can play. This face-off won by the Arrows, brought back Maximus Hodzinski. Passes D-to-D pass, gets sent back behind the goal, chased after by Drew Main. He sends this back behind. Carpenter stops it in traffic, so he can't catch it, though. Puck is sent up by Maximus. Held in by Tyler Main, fed over to Carpenter, shot, kick, save, rebound, sped to the side by Cameron Calvera. Tyler Main going over to challenge. In net for the New York Arrows, number 30, Carter Perkins, and in goal for the Utica Junior Comets is number 31, McAllister Watt. That one's held in from the center point, ripped in deep. Van Ween stood up and just watching what happened as he and Calvera absolutely took each other out. Adam Fritz brings this puck up into the neutral zone, crosses over the center line. He dumps this into, he can go up for a change. Shot taken by Ethan Locke fed back out by Watt. Turned over in the zone. Puck comes back, and Jimmy Law able to get this out into the neutral zone. Pulled back in by the Arrows. Going in after in the corner. Taylor save made by Watt. Rebound picked up by Aceto. Colin not able to get that out. Gets turned back in. He picks this puck up, though. Sends this in. It comes back, and that got tipped into the zone by Cameron Dallin. Collected by Joel Myers for the Arrows. Back behind his net. Passes this up at the blue line. Comes back to him at center ice. Myers drops this pass off for Charlie Taylor. Taylor turns it over. Colin Aceto feeds Law. Law pushes his puck ahead, and it comes right back, courtesy of number 19, Jonathan Mullen. Joel Myers takes his puck away, drifts back in his end of the zone, passes over to Mullen. Mullen's going to cycle back with Cole Campbell, challenging him, trying to keep him honest. Puck over to the corner, sent across in front to Marino. In the cleanest jersey he's got, Marino to Taylor. And diving is Witchley to break up that pass back to Marino for the one-timer in the middle. Puck fed up to Campbell. Campbell to Mucha. Mucha sends this in, taken away by whoever's wearing number 8. I don't have an 8. Let's see if I can't find his name. Does something or other. Here comes Taylor for the Arrows. Trying to get away. Hull. A Pensy shot. Save made. Rebound. Sent over into the corner. Slater Sandor with this puck at his end, being challenged by Peter Menexis. Witchley looks like he fell down for reasons I can't explain. This puck sent forward. Called tip, no icing. The kid with no number going after Hull. I don't know how you record that when he gets a penalty. Blank spaces. Somebody should make a song about that. Fighting for this puck. Menexis sends this back, and that comes out, and Jackson tried to put it back in quickly, and it doesn't matter. It's an offsides. Here's the face-off between Menexis and Drew Main. Drew sends it forward, and it's taken away by the Arrows. And now this gets cut back. Drew couldn't steal it. That goes off of Carpenter. Comes back for Aiden Van Wheat. No name coming after. You know what? I'm going to call him Taylor Swift. Puck dumped in. Drew picks his puck up. Feeds this off the boards to Carpenter. Carpenter to Tyler. Tyler coming in. And he is pushed off that puck by Maximus Hodzinski. Coming around near side. Carpenter can't keep it with him. Pulling that puck away is, well, Luke. And now here's Peter Menexis. Menexis fans on that shot. Witchley takes that puck away. Witchley feeds this out all the way across. Blocked by Kerry Georges. He sends this back to Fritz. Fritz to Hodzinski. Hodzinski back to Fritz. Fritz, short pass up to Menexis. Menexis into the O-zone. Shot blocker, save. Rebound picked up by number 17, Cameron Calbearer. Calbearer at the hash mark. Goes back to the point. From the point, Mullen puts this into traffic. Comes out. Fired by Locke. Ethan Locke misses everything. Puck goes all the way around. Near side battle at the hash mark. Flicked up along the boards by Aceto, and here comes Carpenter with this puck, weaving his way around, avoids the butt check of Hodzinski. Carpenter still fighting for that puck in the corner, trying to feed this up to the point, grabbed there by Hull. Hull sends this back in deep. Hull looking to the bench, wants to go off for a change. Puck comes out, Weaver collects it. Hull stays on. Weaver feeds Hull. Hull sends this into the neutral zone where it's stolen by Calbearer. Calbearer moves this forward into the Comets territory. Marino on the ice, a little stick lift on Law. Jimmy battling for that puck. Gets pushed back to Hull, now sent over. Rocco backhands this to Dallin. Dallin picks his puck up. Board pass for Colin Aceto. Here goes Aceto in, shot, misses wide. Rebound comes all the way up to the point, and that came out over the line as called by that goaltender, who apparently has a whistle because it blew as soon as he raised his hand for the icing. I mean, not offsides, not icing. He's a goalie. What does he know? 11:38 to go in the first period. 0-0 is the score. here at Aviator Sports Center. Polonacito taking a face-off against Menexis. Menexis pulls this puck back. Joel Myers tries sending this out, goes off of Lost Twig up into the air. Grabbed by Peter Menexis. Menexis sends this in deep, goes back behind the goal. Aiden Van Wee sends this through the trapezoid, gets it to Weaver. Weaver gets clobbered and unclothed, and this guy did not like it at all. He's going to call interference on that because it was away from the puck. That'll bring the face-off all the way down to the south end of the rink. We've got a New York Arrows penalty, number 23, Peter Menexis, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 23, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 5:40 of the first period, and it's a Utica Junior Comets power play. Drew Main for the faceoff, couldn't get it. Taylor Swift knocks this back, and that puck gets ripped all the way around the ice, all the way down into the corner. Going after it is Weaver. Weaver wrapped up by Carrier Georges, and Weaver comes away with that puck. Weaver moving up into the O zone, goes in deep into the corner. He's going to try to set it up from the trapezoid, feeds this out to Carpenter, to Drew. Carpenter fed that over to Weaver. Drew Main trying to keep this in, and it gets popped out by Lucas Carrier-Georges. He feeds this to Taylor Swift. Swift in the corner, drops his puck back, picked up by Carpenter. Carpenter comes around. He gets around Taylor. Carpenter into the middle. Nice toe drag through the leg. Carpenter weaving his way in. Why not try to take the shot? Follow it up. Cameron Dallin saved me, and I'll buy Pickens. Witchley feeds this in, tipped in front. Goes wide. Dallin and Carpenter goes to the corner. Carpenter and Tyler Main in there. Dallin drifting back over to the slot. And this puck is ripped down the length of the ice. Less than a minute to go in the player advantage for Utica. 48 seconds to go. And now we're down to 10:03 in the first period. Witchley in deep. Witchley leaning in. Goes in behind the goal. Comes up near side. Dallin breaks for over the end line. And that puck is ripped down the length of the ice by Maximus Hudzinski. Chad Hull back to play it after Watt stalls it for him in the trapezoid. 25 seconds in the power play for Utica. Stretch pass attempted, intercepted by Calbear. Calbear dumps this in. Arrows have to check up on sides. In the neutral zone is Marino. Marino stick lifted by Colin, but takes this puck back, and he returns this all the way down. Watt with the save. 5 seconds to go. And the teams return to full strength. 9:19 to go in the opening period. Witchley taken out by Marino. Marino is going to go to the box for an elbow or a cross check, I think. Hull with this. Extra attacker on. Nice stretch pass up to Sandor. Sandor loses. This comes back. It's a good thing he didn't lose it hard and it didn't bank into his own goal. That would have been terrible. Van Wee feeds this up. Campbell misses it, picked up by Slater. Slater to Aiden. Aiden Van Wee, long pass up to Dallin at the center line. He couldn't keep it. Hudzinski gets a piece of it. Dallin not able to play that puck the way he wanted to. And that Marino penalty is going to be for roughing. New York Arrows penalty number 11. Vittorio Marino. 2-minute minor for roughing, number 11, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 8:15 of the first period, and it's another Comet power play. Coaches are satisfied with the explanation from the officials. That's not true, but they're done talking about it. Drew Main tries to pull his puck back, comes to Carpenter. Carpenter drifts over to the point, feeds Drew off the board, shot save, rebound. Dallin couldn't get that center. Dallin and Carpenter talking about that puck and cookies. Carpenter in the corner, pressed down by Joel Myers. Huh? Oh, it was Van Wee? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I said Dallin. It was Colin Van Wee. Aiden Van Wee. No such thing as a Colin Van Wee that I'm aware of. Puck comes loose, ripped all the way around by Myers. And Drew Main not able to hold on to that puck. Here's Drew back in his zone. Oh, absolutely grabbed. Charlie Taylor held on to Drew's Main for so long. They're dating. This puck sent down. Carpenter gets a piece of it. Carpenter in front of the goal. Centers it for Van Wee. And Van Wee couldn't settle down that puck. Couldn't get a shot off. Carpenter shot. Kick save. Rebound. Tyler not able to get it. This gets cleared out. Drew picks this up in center ice. Drew feeds this to Carpenter. Carpenter across to Tyler. Tyler in the slot. Shot. Save. Rebound. Comes out. Picked up by Menexis. Menexis off the boards for himself. Menexis comes back. Tried to feed this to a breaking Taylor. Taken away by Witchley. His pass is turned over to Menexis. Menexis trying to feed his way in on his own. Carpenter trying to annoy him. Menexis is now just burning as much time as he possibly can. Puck gets dumped in. Witchley after it. Taylor Swift on him. Lob gives this to Andrew in the trapezoid. 15 seconds to go in the player advantage. Aceto with this puck. Collin to Drew. Witchley all the way across off the boards. Dallin's going to go in after Charlie Taylor. Taylor feeds this out. Teams return to even strength. Puck turned over at center ice. Chad Hall has it. Marino skates his way over to the bench, and jumping on for him is Ethan Locke. Witchley tried to hit a long pass. It gets blocked. There's a shot and a goal. Ethan Locke, fresh off the bench, buries one. New York Arrows goal scored by number 28, Ethan Locke, assisted by number 26, Lucas Karageorgis. Lucas Karageorgis. All right, but however you say it, I'm sorry. But 28 from 26. Time of the Arrows goal, 10:29 of the first period, and they lead by a score of 1-0. Van Wee from the point gets blocked by Calbert. Calbert coming in, backhand, save made! McAllister, what? Get that puck out of here! Van Wee picks that puck up in the slot, skates this up into the neutral zone, pulls it to the middle, kicks it forward. Aiden gives this over to, I can't see who he passed it to. Oh, Mucha. Lost it in the sunlight. Campbell with this puck in deep, sends this up along the board. Witchley coming in, gives it back to Campbell. Campbell fires on that save. Sandor lifts it, doesn't make it through. Puck picked up by Calbert. Gets us in the neutral zone. Marino able to push us into the offensive end. Hall picks this up. Backhands this to Slater. Slater feeds this across to Mucha. Mucha going against Philip Ospensky. Ospensky takes out Mucha. And going down to pick that puck up is Adam Fritz. Fritz fires this around for Calbert. And he is taken out by Weaver as he played the puck. Tyler Main passes to Carpenter. Carpenter comes into the slot, looking, see if he has a shot! He does! Jack Carpenter with the tying goal! That was from Tyler, right? Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 16, Jack Carpenter. Assisted by number 23, Tyler Main. 16 from 23, Carpenter from Maine. Time of the Utica Junior Comets tying goal, 11:49 of the first period, and it is now a 1-1 game. Carpenter in the corner looking for somebody. Tries feeding this off the boards for Weaver. And now Weaver, Rocco not able to play that. Tyler going after Mullen on the side. Tyler able to shovel that puck into the corner. Back to play on it, Peter Menexis. Menexis sends this through the trapezoid. Grabbed by Charlie Taylor. Taylor back to the trapezoid. Joel Myers has it, sends this around for Ospensky. Ospensky loses this puck. Tyler Main in the corner. Here's a board pass to LaBeouf. LaBeouf, shot fired, save, rebound, goes into the corner, swept up by Mullen, and that goes the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing. And we'll bring this puck back down to the south end of the rink. Just quite an incredible building. I mean, you know, this is a hangar, right? And they just worked on airplanes, fixed airplanes in here. And then hopefully went to go work for Pan Am back in the day. Colin Aceto taking the face-off against Vittorio Marino. Aceto sends this over to the boards. Law tries sending it to the point. Picked off by Terry Gorgeous. He's taken out, and that's going to be a Utica penalty. So Utica Junior Comets penalty, number 15, Chad Hull, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 25, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 12:53. And this is our first time seeing the penalty kill line for Utica. Dallin comes over, able to get that puck out. Dallin receives that stretch pass. Adam Fritz pulls it away. Cameron gets it again. Over and buries it. Colin Aceto from Dallin. A shorty. It ain't over till it's over. You thought Cameron Dallin made an error by not being able to take that pass all the way down. Instead, he turned it into a scoring opportunity by feeding Colin Aceto on the back door, who buried that for a shorthanded goal. Utica Junior Comets shorthanded goal scored by number 87, Colin Aceto, assisted by number 40, Cameron Dallin. 87 from 40, Aceto from Dallin. Time of the Utica Junior Comets shorthanded goal, 13:09 of the first period, and Utica leads 2-1 with 3:34 to go in this opening period. That's an offside by the Arrows. Taylor Swift taking the draw against Aceto. Puck goes over on the far side. Dallin grabs it, tries kicking this ahead, knocked away by Hudzinski. Dallin picks it up, dumps his puck in, goes back in towards the trapezoid. Coming down with this puck, Ethan Locke, forced over to the side, feeds this back for Myers. Myers takes this puck over the blue line, dumps this in, goes on the far side. Taylor Swift overskates that puck held in by Hudzinski. Hudzinski back over to Locke. Locke back in, and it's over in the corner. Swift with it. Swift to Hudzinski. Hudzinski back to Taylor. Oh, you know what? That's Maximus Wood. He's got a number 22 on his shorts. All right, Taylor Swift has now been renamed Maximus Wood, although I was really liking the no-name reference. Blank space, right? I've been calling him Taylor Swift all game. What? I could be a Swiftie? No, but I'd like to some of the money from the Eras tour. That'd be awesome. Hudzinski, short feed over to Locke. Locke to goal scored. Joel Meyer. So Joel Myers evens the score there with that power play goal. New York Arrows power play goal scored by number 18, Joel Myers. I believe it was assisted by 77, Maximus Hudzinski, but I may be in error there. But anyway, the goal by Joel, a power play goal at 14:23 of the first period, and this game's tied at 2, and we got a delayed penalty against Utica. Shot and rebound was not control. Menexis has it. They're calling over to get Pickens out of the goal, and they didn't realize what was happening. We got an interference for Chad again. 2 penalties to Chad Hall, and they're both for interference. So Utica Junior Comets penalty to number 25, Chad Hall. 2-minute minor for interference. Number 25, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 14:57. And there is a power play goal by number 17, Cameron Calbert. New York Arrows power play goal scored by number 17, Cameron Calbert. Time of the goal, 15:03, a power play goal. And the Arrows now lead 3-2. Puck gets dumped into the Utica end of the ice. Weaver sends this up on the near side. Carpenter trying to get it out. Jackson fires it on net. Save made by the glove of McAllister Watt. Just make out the scoreboard there. It's always lit for me, but because of the refresh rate of the camera and the refresh rate of those LED lights, they're not incandescent. Sometimes it's out of phase and it's not seen. Oh, the tip by Wood goes behind the goal. Tyler Main able to loosen that puck for Drew. Drew moving in. He's got Carpenter behind him. And Drew is absolutely taken out. Save made by Carter Pickens. So 3-2 game. New York Arrows leading the Utica Junior Comets. Colin Aceto facing off against Vittorio Marino. Dalin centering pass. That puck gets by Law. Law reaches out, gets it at the top of the circle. He centers it, and that's deflected away by Adam Fritz. Fritz chasing after this puck. Knocked back in by Aceto. Aceto loses it, though, to Marino. Sent around up the boards. Marino can't get it. Knocked back in. Utica checks up onside. Fritz able to get this back out into the neutral zone. Nice move there by Chad Hall. That's not interference. He hits the blue line, dumps that puck in, goes into the far side, grabbed by Adam Fritz. Fritz puts it into the corner, picked up by Maximus Hudzinski. He sends a saucer pass. That's going to be a high stick on Dalin. Oh no, it's an offside. I thought they were calling high stick on Cameron. He rifles it all the way down. Cameron gets a piece of it. Are you? It was hit by Cameron and the guy covering him. Two people touched that one. Huh. Must be those stripes. 30 seconds to go. How do you think that was not tipped at that blue line? Myers from the point. Fires that shot. Save made by Watt. I think this is the zoom angle I'm going to stay. Maybe. We'll see. Charlie Taylor taking a face-off against Drew Main. Drew pulls this behind him. Taylor goes around, sends this across. And Menexis couldn't get his stick loose. Saucer pass to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to get it around Myers. Myers takes control, sends this in. Taylor after it. Taylor goes in deep, centering pass, misses everybody. No center point, ripped in by Mullen. He misses the net. Menexis on the near side, 2 seconds. Feeds this up to Myers. Shot, save, rebound, no goal, no goal. So that was over a full second after the buzzer. So that is not a goal. At the end of one period of play, it is the New York Arrows 3 and the Utica Junior Comets 2. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General. Our Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services. You can find them at exteriorcleaning315.com, serving the Syracuse Oswego Parish area. Upstate Roofing CNY.com. Yes, Upstate Roofing CNY. Serving all points in Oswego County, east, west, and south. Glory Construction and Development. For all of your new building and new structure construction needs, if you're going to have it built in His glory for all points in Jefferson County, north, west, and east. Also, Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, and Divots Restaurant and Bar, located in the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you want to be streamside. All right, we're ready to go in period number 2. We got Law, Aceto, and Dallin on front, Witchley and Hull on defense. Watt in the net. On the other side, Pickens in goal. Menexis, Ospensky, and Taylor on offense. Fritz and Hodzinski on D. This puck comes back to the Utica end. They're at the south side of this period. Second period in red, going from left to right. New York Arrows in black, going from right to left. Law going in deep, centering back, buried. Cameron Dan-Dalin with the goal. Or is it Law? No, Cameron touched it after it went in. So I'm sorry, that's not Cameron. That was Jimmy Law with the goal. I did not see who assisted it, though. Yeah, I don't. Anyway, that makes it 3-3 here. So Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 8, James Law. Not sure on the assist. Oh, it's a big save by Watt. From the point, Mullen blocked by Tyler Nane. Tyler trying to drive past Mullen, able to feed Carpenter. Carpenter, nice stick lift there by Marino. That gets shoveled around. So back to what I was saying, though. Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 8, James Law. Not sure on the assist. Time of the Utica Junior Comets goal, 0-17 of the second period. And we are now tied at 3 goals apiece. Battle for that puck, centering attempted by whoever that is for the Arrows, but it comes out, and picking that puck up is Carpenter. Jack dumps that puck in, goes off for his change. Picking up in the corner is Joel Myers. He feeds up to Calbert on a stretch pass. Calbert tried centering it, and Witchley ends up icing that puck. Too much, too far, too soon, too quick when we iced it. With 15:29 to go in the second period. Menexis facing off against Sandor. Menexis pushes it forward. He goes down, and that puck trickles its way over to McAllister Watt. Menaxis again against Sandor. Puck goes to Menaxis. Skate over to Locke. Locke back to DeRosa. DeRosa back to Locke in the corner. Hull takes out and sends this puck around. Puck goes back to the trapezoid. Witchley there. Gets denied. Puck finds its way over to Campbell. Campbell feeds Witchley. Witchley sends it across to Mucha. Mucha could not get by DeRosa. And what? I missed it. What's that? Oh. Gotcha. So the whistle, because Cole Campbell was slow to rise. I want to make sure he wasn't injured, and then he got up. So Aceto, Law, and Dan-Dalin back out on the front line. Witchley and Hull on D. Puck is still there, pulled out by Karageorgis and taken away by Colin. Colin Aceto moving in, one-handed. Puck gets knocked away, grabbed by DeRosa. DeRosa trying to pull this puck out, able to feed this up to Karageorgis, or DeRosa. I'm sorry, it's 8. So, how do I think that? Oh, here, he's right there. Karageorgis. That's an offside on the New York Arrows. And that'll bring the faceoff back out into the zone. With 14:35 to go in the second period, it's a 3-3 hockey game. The main Carpenter line back out with Witchley and Hull. Drew in to take the faceoff. Driving forward with it is Marino. Puck comes to Uspensky. He fires out wide in the net. Marino in it deep, has that puck knocked away by Hull. Marino staying with it. Drew comes over to play on that puck. Chad feeds it back. Marino trying to get this puck around Uspensky. Uspensky has it centering pass, and this gets deflected, comes all the way out to the point. He fires this across to Hudzinski. Hudzinski not able to do anything with it. Carpenter to Witchley. Witchley to Tyler. Tyler Main into the ozone. Tyler brings this in deep, looking to feed Drew, and doesn't. Did not have the angle. Gives it back to Van Wee. Van Wee fires that in. Comes right back. Marino picks his puck up. Marino on the far side. Trying to get by Tyler Main and does. Puck comes back out of the zone. Adam Fritz picks it up. Fritz passes this over to Maximus Hudzinski. Hudzinski back to Fritz. Fritz looking. Tries feeding Uspensky and does. Uspensky moving up. Trying to get around Weaver. Not able to. Rocco moves that puck away. Uspensky trying to get it back. And that's cleared out by Sandor. Dumped in by Fritz. He's going to go off for a change. Puck collected by Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee passes this behind Sandor. Sandor tries to play this off the board and does. But Jonathan Mullen able to get enough to knock this puck back into the neutral zone. Dump back in by Weaver. Utica still offside. So Weaver's got to skate away. Skate away. Skate away. In the meantime, the Arrows passes to Uspensky. Mucha comes over and takes out Uspensky at the blue line. Campbell back with the puck at the faceoff dot. Short pass over to Weaver. Rocco feeds this to Van Wee. Van Wee to Mucha. Mucha played by Mullen. Mullen backhands his puck up for Menexis. Menexis looking for a centering pass. And Sandor comes in to take that puck away. Mucha knocks at it. Menexis sends this in deep. In the middle, Menexis. Poked away by Cole Campbell. His puck goes back into the corner. Arrows centering pass, and that is shot wide by Menexis. Slater Sandor tries clearing it. Held in at the point by Joel Myers. Myers to Mullen. Mullen tries hitting the back post, and diving on it is Watt. Puck leaks out, though. Grabbed at the hash mark by Joel. Myers drifting back, pushed away by Campbell. Makes his way in, feeds it. Shot fired by Locke. Save made by Watt. And the rebound makes its way all the way out into the neutral zone. Menexis back. Passes over to Myers. Myers from the center line dumps this in. Stalled by Watt behind the goal. Collected by Rocco Weaver. Weaver tries to send this up the board. Law coming in. He takes out Manaxas. Manaxas back up on his feet, as is Locke. Locke going after that puck. Locke with it. Locke to the goal. Goes for the wraparound in front. Nobody there. Slater Sandor gets tripped or interfered with, but the puck makes its way to Law. Tipped away by DeRosa at the blue line. DeRosa feeds this back, sends this in, and they're going to call that an icing. Although I thought he fired that from the red line. These officials get to call what they want. Aceto, Law, Dallin, Paul Witchley out there for Utica. Vittorio Marino, DeRosa, and Carrier Georges out there on the forward line. DeRosa and Jackson on D. What a melee. In the corner, Dallin sends this up to the hash mark. Coming over to pick it up is Wood. Wood brings this out into the neutral zone, loses this puck. Picked up by Hull. Hull fires this off the boards. Jimmy Law gets it, and that's an icing as Jackson just beat Aceto past that blue line. And that so close to that center line. These guys are sticklers within a millimeter of that line, and it is icing, but they've given him about 18 inches on the offside. Marino and Drew Main. Puck comes back for Taylor. Taylor sends it across. 1T taken by Uspensky. Save made by Watt. This goes off the glass and down. Fritz back to pick it up. Settles this puck down. Drew Main on him. Forces this over to the corner. Carpenter couldn't get it. Drew Main back checking like a dog. Stretch pass up to Uspensky. Uspensky hit off that puck by Chad Hull. This puck is sent around and knocked out by Witchley into the neutral zone. Carpenter picks this up, crosses over, shot high, misses. Carpenter misses his own rebound. Carpenter reaching and swinging at Hudzinski. Hudzinski backhands this into the trapezoid for Fritz. Fritz has Drew Main on him. Fritz banks this off the board to get it up to Taylor. Charlie, little feed to Marino. Marino moving in 2-on-2 with Uspensky. Marino shot, and that sails high. I think it got caught a piece of McAllister. Tyler Main off the boards, fires the cross. Carpenter tried to get it around Mullen, but not able to. Mullen fires this up. That got touched by Uspensky on the wrong side, but it gave it a different angle, so it didn't go down for the icing. Hull hits Sandor. Sandor dumps his puck in. Goes to the far corner. Cole Campbell over there to pick it up. Feeds this into the trapezoid for Sandor. Sandor looking. Mucho is coming in through the slot. Sandor not able to get that puck loose to get it to him. Puck taken by Hudzinski. Hudzinski fires this across to Charlie Taylor. Taylor over the blue line. Taylor on the right side. Stopped short. Loses the puck. Regains. Tries passing it up. Sandor takes it. Sandor jumps around Manaxas. Manaxas able to get that puck. Fires it back in. McAllister stalls this back behind the goal. Picked up by Van Wee. Rips this around to Mucha. Mucha tried to get it out off the boards. Manaxas able to catch it. Van Wee feeds this over to LeBoeuf. LeBoeuf gives this to Campbell. Sneaking up behind Campbell, Joel Myers. Now this puck is iced by Jack Carpenter. 9 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the second period. We are tied 3-3 here at Aviator something or other. I forgot. Well, it says it on my phone, and my phone's live streaming right now. Face off taken. Dalin over skates it. Aceto goes back, picks his puck up, goes into his trapezoid. Aceto skating out in front, picking up some speed. Here comes Colin. Colin going through the middle. Mullen able to slow him down enough. Hits the back centering pass. Dalin misses it. Picked up. Witchley fires. Shot. Save made. And we're going to get, I think, either Myers or Mullins is going to go to the box for the hit on Law. So New York Arrows penalty, number 23, Peter Menexis, 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 23, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 8:05 of the second period. And it's another Utica Junior Comets power play. Puck comes back to Witchley at the point. Witchley fires it, blocked in front by Terry Georges. And then Witchley going after it back. Witchley absolutely wrestles Terry and Georges down to the ice. Witchley's just heading to the box. He knows he's going to get called for something. So it is a Utica Junior Comets penalty on number 51, Andrew Witchley, 2-minute minor for holding. Number 51, 2 minutes hold. What's that? Oh, and they're calling a penalty shot. He wasn't in a shooting motion. So taking the shot, Lucas Carey Georges. And it's a save! McAllister Watt! I was afraid to zoom in more and mess up any view there. So save was made. Witchley in for the penalty, although I believe he's taking care. He's on the bench. He's taking care of his mask. He's going to be there for a while. When he tackled. What's that? It should be 4-on-4. All right. Anyway, Tyler Main coming in. Back behind the goal. Tyler looking, backhands it over to Van Wee. Hayden not able to catch that puck, and it is flung out by DeRosa all the way down the length of the ice. Going in with him is Weaver. Drew Main, Carey Georges. Main just uses the shoulder, trying to get some space, and picking that puck out is Carpenter. Here comes Jack over the blue line. Drops this off of Tyler. Shot, save made. All right, so I'm confused. So, yeah, they've got the penalty on the board, but Witchley's not sitting it. Nobody's in there. And Utica still has a 5-on-4 advantage. The penalty shot, if it goes in, then the player's released, I thought. And if it doesn't go in, if it's saved, then it's a power play, I thought. Perhaps I thought wrong. Weaver holds that in. Rocco sends it forward, picked up by Fritz, and he dumps his puck down. Watt comes out to play it, passes over to Drew. Drew comes up, feeds Weaver. Rocco in the neutral zone, brings us over towards the middle, still has his puck, shovels it forward, and it's grabbed by Fritz, and he dumps it all the way down again. Drew back to pick it up. Drew had really never made it into the offensive zone yet. Drew to Tyler. Tyler kicks this over to Hull. Hull tried passing it to Tyler, intercepted by Calbear. He gets us back into the neutral zone. Witchley there. Teams check up on sides. That's gloved down by Pickens, and he sets it for Adam Fritz. 1 second, and the teams return to full strength. Carpenter takes his puck around. Drops it behind, and it's kicked forward by Hudzinski. Hudzinski able to get this to Marino. Marino with Locke. Pulls it back, feeds Locke. Tyler Main with a nice little toe poke to get that puck away. Fritz holds that in. Fritz fires to Hudzinski. Hudzinski rips it hard back to Calbear, and Calbear too far away from that puck to be able to receive it. Back behind the net, centering pass. Shot taken by Calbear. And that goes saved by Watt. Marino picks this up in the faceoff circle. Sends it in deep, comes back out high, and Carpenter picks it up. Here's Jack over the center line, making his way into the middle. He gets slashed a bit. Mucha to Hull, shot misses. Rebound comes up to the hash mark. Grabbed by Fritz. Fritz feeds Locke. Locke into the ozone. Locke draws over. Puck poked away by Weaver. Sandor moves forward. Sandor knocked away and out in the neutral zone. Slater's going to pick that puck back up. Feeds this over to Weaver. Rocco fans on that puck. Able to get a centering pass. Taken away by Charlie Taylor. Taylor, board pass up to Opensky. Opensky, centering pass, misses. Myers plays it off the far board twice. Tries to get it back in. Slater Sandor gets it out. Sends it across the ice for Law. Mullen gets to it first. Sends it down towards the Utica end. Arrows are offsides while they try to check up. This puck is picked up by Joseph LeBeuf. LeBeuf at Ouspensky, dumps his puck in, goes behind into the far corner. Jimmy Law over there to play it, absorbs a check from Joel Myers. Puck gets by him, goes to Charlie Taylor. Taylor sends this in deep for Myers. Myers sends this behind the goal, throws all the way up to Ouspensky. He feeds this out into the neutral zone. Dalin drifting over, had that puck, couldn't keep it out though. It's knocked off the boards. It's in the neutral zone. Pass back to the defense. Myers to Mullen. Mullen feeds this up to Ouspensky. He tries knocking it forward. Dalin, I think, got a piece of that in the air. Here's Slater Sandor battling for that puck against Jonathan Mullen. Puck goes towards the Utica end. Dalin grabs it, feeds it back to Witchley. Witchley to Dalin off the boards. Dalin gives it up to Aceto. There's a ball on the ice. Where did that come from? What is happening in this game? Aceto swings and misses. Loose puck in the slot. Gets knocked to the side. Sandor trying to go over to it. Trying to center it. He gets checked by Menexis. Puck sent up on the far side. Charlie Taylor turns. Centers it. It gets touched up by Menexis. Mullen plays it. Mullen brings this into the ozone. Takes that shot. Blocked by Hall. Ouspensky off of the bounce off of Hall. Feeds this over to Menexis. Shot saved. Watt. Menexis into the corner. Over there as well as Carpenter. Carpenter. Menexis. Carpenter. Menexis. And grabbed by Myers. Sends us back. Too many players. You're only allowed 5. Jackson plays this. Puck goes into the air. Carpenter gloves it down. Carpenter into the ozone. Fakes the shot. Had me fooled, Jack. Had me fooled. That puck played back behind the goal. Colin Jackson sends this up for Wood. Wood with it. Tried passing it over to Marino. Marino cycles this around. Brings this into the ozone. Marino in the slot. Poked that. And that went off of Watt's stick over the corner of the goal. I'm going to give that a save to McAllister Watt. Smart play by him. Puck in the neutral zone. Marino again. He's going to cycle back around, try to get something set up so it's more than just him shooting on Watt. That puck gets jumped in by Colin Jackson. Hits the glass. Witchley feeds this up to Tyler Main. Main off the boards, comes out into the neutral zone to Rosa. Back skating with it, able to feed this puck back up into the Utica zone. Witchley gets it out, and Carrier Gorgeous does not care what the offsides rule is. He just blatantly went offsides. And I'm thankful for this opportunity to take a sip of water. This is why I need a color person. Menaxis wins that face off against Sandor. Puck goes over to Maximus. Maximus fires that Lock. Lock touches into the ozone. Chad Hull trying to get it away. Going after it is Menaxis. Menaxis. Hull swats at that puck. Goes up to Campbell. Campbell with the puck in his zone. Tried feeding it up to Mucha, but not able to complete it. Manaxas centering pass, shot taken, and that got deflected away off of Campbell's stick over the goal. Slater Sandor with it. Little saucer pass and get this into the neutral zone. Controlled and corralled by Fritz. Fritz has Mucha on him. Fritz runs into Manaxas. Pass gets made up to Locke. Locke shot. Sails high off the glass. Sandor can't settle it. Manaxas going over. Can't get that into the corner. He lays down on the puck instead. Puck comes out with Manaxas. Comes back and fired by Hudzinski. Back behind the goal. Hull has it. Rips us around. Manaxas can't settle it. Fritz does. Puts it on net. Save made by Watt. Slater Sandor in the corner. Puck comes back out to the point for Fritz. Fires it. Blocked by, went off of Locke. And then McAllister Watt dives on top of that puck to freeze it for a face-off. .133 remaining in the second period. 3-3 games. Vittorio Marino taking the face-off against Colin Aceto. Marino wins the draw. Law comes over, pulls this puck up. Law sends that through the legs of Mullen, goes off the backboard, and it's poked at by Pickens, sent towards the corner. Puck comes back. Myers with it behind his goal, feeds Marino. Marino going up with his offensive line, brings that puck up just barely onside, but onside. Centering pass, misses everybody off the board. Shot fired, Mullen wide right. Uspensky fires that. Rebound shot. Diving save by Watt. Uspensky in the corner. Pushed on by Aceto. Aceto back with Charlie Taylor. Uspensky trying to do something. Gets that puck out. Marino bringing it over to the goal. And it's back behind the net. Dalin fires it up. Fired back by Taylor. Saved Watt. Dalin tries to feed Law, misses Law. Mullen picks up, takes that shot, picked up by Witchley. Off of Aceto, back into the corner. Aceto rips it, rides the glass for the icing. And with 35 seconds to go, or 33 seconds to go, that's a slow response time. I think I've been behind that person at a stoplight before. Whoever's working that clock is always in front of me. Drew Main taking the face-off against Charlie Taylor. 33.8 seconds in the second period. 3-3 game. Drew pulls this back to the corner for Weaver. Oh, no, excuse me, LeBeau. No, Weaver. Making a move is Marino, knocked away. Carpenter backhands this, gets it out into the neutral zone. Colin Jackson there with it. Drew Main over, attacks at that puck. Pops into the air. Carpenter's going to drive the forward. Carpenter coming onto his right. Swings and misses. Knocked back up by DeRosa. And Taylor Main couldn't hold that in. That gets jumped in hard by Chad Hall. Into the far corner it goes. Drew Main over there. And that's going to do it. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is a 3-3 hockey game. New York Arrows working their tips off. Arrow tips. Utica Junior Comets working their tails off, right? Comets have tails. See what I'm doing here? It's all about science here at Aviation Athletic Complex. I think that is the name. On Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn. Huh? So as the boys leave the ice again, a shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. Dupree's Cleaning Services at exteriorcleaning315.com. Top Notch Roofing, that's it, excuse me, Top Notch Roofing CNY at topnotchroofingcny.com for all of your roofing and construction needs in Oswego County and all points east, west, and south. Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structure construction needs. If you're going to have it built in his glory, serving Jefferson counties and all points north, west, and east. Greenside RV Park and Golf Course, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. A beautiful 12-hole, challenging course. Only if you could hit them straight and you play there. Greenside, one of my faves. Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski. And Divots Restaurant and Bar, located inside the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you gotta be streamside. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. We'll be back after we get some fresh ice. Please enjoy, observe the Zamboni guy cutting the ice. And remember, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day. And we'll be back.
What's his name? Fair enough.
The textbook too many men on the ice. The defenseman steps on the ice. He steps behind the puck. Before the play coming off.
All right, hockey fans, we are back for the third and final period. 17 minutes up on the clock. Fresh ice on the ice. Again, another shout out to my sponsors. Without them, I wouldn't have any of the things to be able to provide these games for you. Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. Our Place Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exteriorcleaning315.com. Top Notch Construction and Roofing at topnotchroofingcny.com. Glory Construction and Development. If you're going to have it built in his glory. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, and Divots Restaurant and Bar, located in the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you gotta be Streamside. Aceto knocks that puck back into the arrows, and Aceto shot, save me, rebound shot, Law, and he missed big time. He went off the post. That puck held in by Van Wee, now brought out, sent forward, off of Locke. Locke going in after that puck with Law. Law buries Locke into the board. Puck goes sent around, held in at the point by Fritz. Fritz fires this into the corner. Puck comes up at the half mark, up to the top of the circle. Locke looking for it. Locke knocks it back towards the corner, goes after it from the face-off dot shot, save made. Rebound picked up by James Law. Here comes Law. Law's got Aceto and Dalin with him. He crosses the blue line with Dalin. Feeds his puck over to Aceto. Fired, misses off the backboard. Comes all the way out into the neutral. Calbear sends his puck across. And bringing this puck in is Uspensky. Backhand shot. Save made. And it looks like... Oh, he's hurt going in there. It's Chad Hall went in to the net. His back looks like it caught the post. That'll hurt. Coach Suick being escorted by Tyler Main out to take care of Chad. So, New York Arrows are skating back over to their bench. Got Watt, Aceto, Witchley, and Drew, and Dalin over there, standing over by Chad. Carpenter's on the ice now for reasons I'm not clear on. Oh, I'm sorry. Drew's over there. That's not Drew. Who's that? Oh, it's Tyler. My bad. I saw the 3 on the sleeve. I thought Drew, not Tyler. Like, they kind of look alike. You know? So there's 16:03 to go. Chad still, he's on the ice. He's laying down. I mean, he's moving his head. He's got his head up. So I do believe his mom's over there against the glass, I think. Coach Suick still assessing Chad Hull's back. Here's Coach Bernard. He's making his way out. Aiden Van Wee helping him over to Chad. Now we've got some facility personnel. So he went sliding in, and it looked like his back hit that side post, and it hurts. And you don't want to mess around with your back. Back, neck, head, those are the big ones. So real briefly, we'll let you see Chad's over there. He's laying down. He's responding. He's talking to people. I mean, so that's good. But give him the courtesy of some privacy, as I'm sure it's painful for him. All right, I'm going to step away for a moment. Allow my AirPods to recharge here for the third period. It is 16:03 remaining in the third period, and we are tied 3-3.
Yeah, they rolled him in.
right, Chad is up. He's standing up. He's not skating. He's being helped by Tyler and Andrew. And they're going to help him off the ice. And I'm going to venture a guess here and say that Chad Hull's not going to return to this game. Oh, I'm sure in 10 minutes he'll want to be back in this game, but well, some teammates helping Chad into the locker room, some younger players who are due up here next. Need some applause for Chad for making it out on his own accord. All right, now those boys are going to come back. We're going to have a face-off in the Utica end of the zone where play was. 16:03 remaining in the third period, and we are tied at 3 goals apiece. Right, and Duggan, if it ends in a tie, we go straight to a shootout? Straight. Okay. So we don't want that. Shootouts are a terrible way to end the game. There's a face-off, won by Marino. Pulled his puck back, pass across, shot, and a goal! Joel Myers. Myers is psyched for that one. I do believe his dad's here. So New York Arrows goal scored by number 18, Joel Myers, assisted by number 11, Vittorio Marino. 18 from 11. Time of the New York Arrows' fourth goal, 1:04 of the third period, and the Arrows now lead 4-3. Drop pass by Uspensky back into the corner, fed up to Taylor. Taylor feeds this out or tried to get it to Uspensky, and Uspensky couldn't handle it. Goes back to Taylor. Taylor tried feeding this back, and Carpenter picks this up, passes back into the neutral zone for Drew Main, and Tyler crosses in front of him, and somehow these officials learned what offsides is. Colin Aceto lining up to take the face-off against Peter Menexis. Aceto wins that draw. Puck comes back, grabbed by Dalin. Cameron takes us into the offensive zone. It's knocked away by Colin Jackson in the air. Aceto fires across into the slot. Tipped by Dalin, goes back in towards the trapezoid. Now back around on the side. Witchley steps up, centering pass from the hash mark. That gets knocked loose. It's behind Cameron, and he couldn't get to that puck. Couldn't pull that out back into the crease. Stuffed in by Sandor. Collected by DeRosa. Now sent up in the neutral zone. Turn back to Rosa. Couldn't catch that puck. It goes into the corner. Dalin chases after him. DeRosa feeds this through the trapezoid to Jackson. Collins sends this up into the neutral zone. Witchley picks it up there. Witchley to Sandor to Aceto. And that gets turned over. Back Maximus Wood turns this into the neutral zone. That's a trip on Wood. Wood knew it, but nobody with a whistle would call it. Carry a Georges or something like that. Lose that puck, and here comes a Nucci. Shot gets it deflected away, sent around near side, picked up by Cole Campbell. Campbell loses this puck. Budzinski sends this up into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Kerry Georges. He's not able to get a shot off, and we're going to have a penalty against Utica for slashing. What about the trip that even the player knew it? So Utica Junior Comets penalty on number 29, Grayson Mucha. 2-minute minor for slashing. Number 29, 2 minutes slash. Time of the minor penalty, 2:57 of the third period. What comes up? Budzinski fires this, save made, rebound, grabbed by Weaver, and Rocco rips this all the way down. Played on by Pickens, gives this to Budzinski. I don't know if they meant to pass that to each other or not, but Budzinski fires this up to Calbear. Calbear brings this over the blue line, slides forward with that puck underneath him. Puck ripped around on the near side, coming over is Locke. Locke not able to get to it, but Budzinski able to hold this in. Locke has to run all the way to the other side. Budzinski with it now, feeds this through, and that got tipped by Carpenter. So Locke was not able to receive that pass cleanly. Locke sends this in deep to some teammate of his. Passed over to Budzinski. Budzinski shot fired, save made by Watt. In the corner, Locke going after it, feeds this up to Wood. Wood to Budzinski. Budzinski to Locke. Locke over to Myers. Knocked away, Aiden Van Wee. Aiden moves this up to Carpenter. Carpenter turns, can't get it out. Oh, Budzinski, I thought he had it in. Not able to hold it. 44 seconds remaining in the penalty against Mucha. Pass over, Calbear. Calbear drops it back to Budzinski. 1T is tipped by Maine and sails up to hit the netting. So 12:38 remaining in the third period. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty against Mucha. 4-3 Arrows lead the Utica Junior Comets. Marino taking the face-off against Campbell. Campbell wins that draw. Witchley grabs it, sends this puck up. Fritz couldn't catch it. Tips this puck over to Menexis. Menexis goes back, challenged by Tyler Main. Back to Menexis. Cuts this across to Ospensky. Ospensky with it. Centering pass. Held by Fritz. Thought that went over the line as well. Fritz with it again. Now Menexis. Menexis into the corner. Sandor going with him into the trap. Menexis behind him. Shot. And a goal. And a beauty of a goal that was. And that was Taylor. Charlie Taylor, fed by Manaskis, for another power play goal for the Arrows. So New York Arrows power play goal scored by number 9, Charlie Taylor, assisted by number 23, Peter Menexis. 9 from 23. Time of the New York Arrows power play goal, 4:54 of the third period, and they now lead 5-3 with 12 minutes to go in this game. Calbear moving in, pulls his puck over, tries swatting it into the slot, not able to. Aiden Van Wee pulls this into the corner. He's got Wood all over him. Van Wee, Nucci. Nucci pulls this out. Grab shot taken by Locke. Save made by Watt. Van Wee up over the center line. Van Wee over the blue line into the O-zone. Van Wee goes into the corner. Colin Jackson knocks that puck loose. Jackson skating up with it. He's got Calbear in front of him. Jackson into the neutral zone. Feeds Locke. Locke to Calbear through the legs of Campbell and covered up by McAllister. Watt for the save. Faceoff will be to the right side of McAllister Watt. 11:20 to go in this game. 2-goal differential. New York Arrows in the lead. Manaxis facing off against Aceto. Aceto pulls this back to the corner. Sandor sails it down. And, just a little bit of a slice. And that goes into the Utica bench. Aceto and Manaxis again. Teams are even. 5-3 game. Manaxis pulls this back. Law steps up, drives this puck up. It's knocked back in by Mullen. Goes to Sandor. Sandor feeds Law. Jimmy tries to get this to Aceto, and it's tipped away by the Arrows. Sandor grabs that, rips that one in deep. Dalin comes in on the left side. Centering pass from the hash mark, picked off by Manaxis. Back in behind his trapezoid. He rips this up, tries to stretch pass, and connects with Taylor. Taylor gets around a fallen Witchley. He's got Uspensky, sends us across the paint, and Uspensky chases after it on the board. Goes all the way across. Mullen can't play it, or can't catch it. Has to play it off the boards. Pass up to Manaxis. Manaxis' pass to Myers is missed. Let's see what officials are calling that off. I didn't think it was, but Mullen to Myers. Myers back to Mullen. Mullen plays on that, gets it by Drew Main, chases after it. That's Uspensky, picks that puck up. Carpenter takes it away. Carpenter at the blue line, fires across for Dalin. Dalin not able to get it. The Arrows bench wants a call for that soft check. Pass up to Taylor, comes into the neutral zone. Tyler Main with it, loses it. Jack Carpenter picks it up. Carpenter sends us in behind the Arrows net. Near side, Drew Main playing it back. LeBeouf fires it, goes wide right. Grabbed by Weaver on the far side. It finds its way onto the stick of Jonathan Mullen. Mullen passes this off, and Uspensky's taken out by Tyler Main. Jack Carpenter. Nope. That was LeBeouf to Carpenter to Drew Main. Drew Main into the offensive end, leaning, trying to make some space. Center pass goes off the goalie, and Uspensky is pulled down to the ice by LeBeouf. That probably should have been a penalty on one of the two of them. Centering pass to Wood, and he couldn't get that back onto the blade of the twig. Puck is knocked free. Wood is knocked free. Here comes LeBeouf with the puck the other way. It's a 1-on-2. Shot fired. Save made by Pickens. Mucha battling. Tried to get that puck out in front. Couldn't do it. Nucci couldn't keep it with him. Manaxis fires this all the way across. Played off the boards. Oh, by Maximus Wood almost. Knocked forward by Cario Georges. Puck picked up by Andrew Witchley. Witchley all the way across for Nooch. That touched somebody. Nucci's going to get it. Nooch. Oh! Nooch went head first. I don't know what he did with his skate. He's okay. He's back up and skating. Never like to see a player go head first into the board. Here's Marino back the other way. Shot misses. Off the glass. Drops down. Nucci on the far side. Putting pressure on that Arrows player. Puck is backhanded through the zone. Picked up by DeRosa. DeRosa fires it up to Marino. Marino loses that puck to Witchley. Loose. Witchley. What a trip. I didn't think that was a trip personally. Utica Junior Comets minor penalty number 51, a 2-minute minor for tripping. Andrew Witchley, 2 minutes trip. Time of the minor penalty, 8:47 of the third period. And it's another power play for the Arrows. Power play have 3 goals. Power play. The Arrows have 3 goals on the power play today. Puck comes over to Uspensky. Nothing open. Dalin trying to get that puck away. Uspensky taking it into the corner, sends it deep. Out in front, Taylor couldn't get into a shooting motion. Passes this over to Manaxis. Manaxis has Fritz with them. Taking that puck away is Aceto. And Aceto puts it on net. Save made by Pickens. Dalin in the challenge. Puck sent up. Held in by Collin. And he couldn't stay with it, though. Uspensky picks his puck up and brings it back into the offensive end. Taylor has it knocked away by Dalin. Dalin gets it away from Fritz. Dalin in. Shot. Oh! And it went off of Pickens, save made. Rebounder off the backboards. Picked up by Vittorio Marino. Marino coming back the other way. Marino forced in it deep by Aiden Van Wee. Marino loses that puck. Van Wee, Marino sends this over to Menexis. Menexis back out to the point for Fritz. Fritz fires this in, tipped along the way, save made by Watt, and Marino picks it back up. Gives it back to Fritz. Fritz over to Uspensky. Uspensky at the bottom of the circle, loses it. Aceto swats at it. That puck goes up and hits the netting. We'll have a face-off to the left side of McAllister Watt with 6:54 to go in the third period. 42 seconds remaining on the tripping penalty against Andrew Witchley. New York Arrows 5, Utica Junior Comets 3 on Flatbush Ave in Brooklyn, New York. Maximus Wood facing off against Cole Campbell. Wood pulls it behind him, sent back to the point by Menaxis. Linsky to Locke. Sorry, not Menaxis, it was Locke. That puck gets deflected, falls down. Ethan Locke with it, feeds it over to Kalberger. Kalberger behind the net to Wood. Maximus Wood has Myers in the middle. Gives it to Myers in the trapezoid. Myers sends it to the corner. From the corner, back out center point for Hudlinski. And it's knocked away. And here goes Campbell. Campbell pulls this back. Law in the middle, shot. Save made by Pickens. What a play by Utica. Nice shot, Jimmy Law. Huge save. Witchley out of the box, on his way over. Thought about playing the puck, but he's not gonna. It's being pulled off. Shot taken by Maximus Wood. Save made. Rebound from the point. Holinsky fires this in. That gets deflected off of Watt and into the netting. 5:56 to go in this game. 2 goals separate New York and Utica. The Arrows have 5. The Comets have 3. For Junior Comets. All right, there's a question. Are they the Junior Comets or are they the Utica Juniors? I guess they're the Junior Comets. Arrows win that face-off. Taylor puts this in, comes back out for Jackson. Jackson, short feed over to Taylor. Taylor fired. Save made. No, there's Taylor. Who's that other guy? Oh, that's DeRosa. An 8. 8, 9. Very close to each other. It's like 6 or 7. Jackson from the point. Save made. Loose puck. Marino shot. And he sent it too high and it goes out of play. Oh, Vittorio Marino. Que pazzo. Marino and Carpenter in for the face-off. Coach Bernard is having a discussion with the official. And we're going to have the face-off. Carpenter and Marino. Marino kicks this over to the side for Taylor. Taylor trying to make some space. Tyler Main gets it, feeds Carpenter. Carpenter chips it up for Drew, and it gets knocked down. Take it back. Tyler Main goes in, and Utica's offsides. Puck fed out. Marino with it. Marino over the blue line into the offensive end. Marino wide left. Shot blocked by Witchley. Had to go all the way around the net. Sends this back out to Jackson. Collin with the shot. It goes behind Charlie Taylor. Uspensky sends this around behind the net. Grabbed by Aiden Van Wee. He feeds it to Dalin. Goes off of Dalin right to Colin Jackson. And this is fed up. Aiden Van Wee catches this in his zone. Hard pass up to Tyler Main. We got Tyler, Aceto, and Dalin out there. Tyler loses it against the side. DeRosa able to knock it into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Uspensky. Uspensky loses that puck, comes sliding towards the slot, gets up. Uspensky has it, sends it out in front. Witchley grabs it, sends it to the side. Puck picked up by Uspensky. He swings and misses. Pushes puck over against the boards. Dalin trying to go after it. Gets that puck to Collin. Collin taken out of the play by Taylor. Now coming in with this puck is Joel Myers. Shot fired off of Witchley's stick up into the netting. And there's 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this game. Of course I said 6'7", Estelle. There's always a way. Manaxis taking the face off against Colin Aceto. Referee didn't like how close Slater got to him. There's the face off. And it comes back and shot fired by Locke. Save made by Watt. 4:09 to go in the third period. Manaxis and Aceto again. Law goes in behind, grabs that puck. Caught by Mullen, fires this in from the point. Witchley picks it up, goes into his trapezoid. Manaxis blocks the back pass. Aceto trying to pull that up with him and has it. Aceto tries to send it to Law, missed it. Dalin, Law has it. Dalin stays on side. Law centering pass. Nobody caught up to him. Aceto in the corner. Law behind. Dalin going in after that puck in the corner. Loose puck in the slot, picked up, and out comes Joel Myers. Myers gives this over to Maximus Wood. Wood flicks this up for Carrion Georges. What? Somebody's got to teach me how to say his name one day. Law moves this forward off of Aceto, drops down, picked up by Joel Myers. Myers drops his back, going after it. Adam Fritz, he's going to pick this up off the board. Sends this to Myers behind the goal. Myers from the corner. Sends this out into the neutral zone, and that's going to be an icing as the stretch pass to Maximus Wood was missed. Just a touch too far away from Wood. Three minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this game. New York Arrows 5. Utica Junior Comets 3. Brewman in for the faceoff. Marino sends it back behind the net. Carpenter gets it. Backhander Drew. Save Pickens. What a quick shot. What a quick reaction by Carter Pickens in the net. And he's looking happy back there as he should be. Marino and Campbell again for the faceoff. Campbell fires it forward. And Pickett sends it back behind the goal, sent around on the near side. Van Wee coming up to play it, trying to hold that puck tail there, trying to get it out. Maine drops over to the point position, and Van Wee sends this into the corner. Drew Maine going after it, pulling it. Well, with him is Fritz. Adam Fritz sends this across. Van Wee takes out his player. Picking that puck up is Weaver. Shot fired. Whoa, save made. Sorry, I wanted to pinch out. I'm using my phone. Normally, I like to set up with my computer, but I couldn't do that in this rink. If we were over on rink 1 or rink A, whatever it's called here, I could have, but I had to revert to just the phone here. Just so you guys know, hey, I am available for hire. We can always talk about what makes sense depending on location. And when I'm hired, I put up cameras behind the goalies, and we got multiple camera angles. I jump around. Instant replays, all sorts of fun. Centering pass knocked away by Witchley. Behind the net, Carrion Georges is pulled down to the ice by Witchley, and these refs haven't called a single one of those on either team. Oh, and this is what happens when you don't. Sandor and Wood having a discussion about which is better, the left Twix or the right Twix. We may never find out the answer. The referee's not putting him in the box, but I don't think. I think he wants him to go sit down. He eject him. He just doesn't want him on. He wants him. Who knows? I don't know what rules these refs are using. Dalin takes the face off, wins the draw. Law able to get that out. Oh, Aceto couldn't keep it away from DeRosa. Where is this puck? Witchley has it, fires it to Colin Aceto. Aceto over the blue line, loses this puck. held in by Dalin. Cameron goes into the corner. Puck comes out into the slot, held in at the line by Slater. Shot fired, save made, Carter Pickens. So this play, it's really, it's kind of pretty in here, but this lighting is awkward for my phone. Aceto taking a face off against Peter Menexis. Menexis loose puck. Ah, it's still loose. These refs never had control of this game. They can't try to expect to have control now. That puck was never covered up. It was loose, but Carter Pickens doing an outstanding job in the crease there, protecting that net. Aceto and Menexis again for the face-off. Puck is on Menexis' skate. Comes back. Arrow sends it against the boards. Aceto picks it up. Law coming over. Puck comes behind. Menexis trying to drive it forward. Reaching back for it is Locke. Puck goes back to the corner. Picked up by Myers. Myers rips this all the way around. And Wichley not able to hold it. Dalin coming back for it. Dalin gets that puck. Passes it over to Slater Sandor. Sorry, my phone, my tripod almost just fell. Taylor battling against Wichley. Dalin trying to get the puck. Wichley has Taylor wrapped up. Coming over is Carrier Gorgeous. Shot by rebound, save. And that puck is grabbed by Sandor, and he ices it. And there's 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in this game. It is the New York Arrows 5, Utica Junior Comets 3. That was a great heads-up play by Sandor. 2 incredible saves by McAllister Watt. Face off to the left side of Watt. Marino taking the draw against Drew Main. Marino pulls it back. It gets by Calbera. Hudlinski with it. He fires this over to Fritz. Fritz puts this up at the hash mark. Knocked away by Weaver. Now this comes back into the corner. Rocco chasing after it. Rocco pushed off of that puck by Uspensky. Kerry Gorgic. I can't say his name. Centering pass, misses everybody. Grabbed at the point by Fritz. Fires it forward, knocked out. Tyler Main, Carpenter, Drew. Now grabbing it is Cameron Calbera. Calbera sends this puck into the O-zone. Van Wee picks it up 30 seconds ago. Van Wee sends this into the corner. Marino sends this towards the goal, knocked out of the air by Rocco. Weaver loses that puck, shot, misses, goes wide, and that's going to get collected, though, by McAllister Watt. 13 and a half seconds to go. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this one is just out of the reach of the Utica Junior Comets. Really hard to score 2 goals in 13 and a half seconds. But we're going to take a timeout for the Comets, I believe, and Coach Bernard might try to figure out a way. No timeout? We've had enough timeouts. I'm looking forward to a good dinner. Oh, we have a penalty. It's a slashing penalty on Jack Carpenter. Was he even on the ice? Utica Junior Comets number 16, Jack Carpenter. 2-minute minor for slashing. Time of the minor penalty, 16:46. 7 seconds to go. Wichley gets this puck loose. Campbell pulls it up. 2 seconds. Pass over. And Nucci not able to get the shot off. And this game is over. After 3 periods of play, this THF league game ends in a New York Arrows victory as they defeat the Utica Junior Comets by a score of 5-3. Arrows goal scored by number 28, Ethan Locke, assisted by 26, Lucas Carrier-Georgis. Their second goal scored by Joel Myers, assisted by Maximus Hudzinski. Third goal scored by Cameron Calbera, and I have no idea who got the assist, but it was somebody. Fourth goal scored by number 18, Joel Myers, assisted by number 11, Vittorio Marino. And their fifth goal scored by Charlie Taylor, assisted by number 23, Peter Menexis. Utica Junior Comets goals scored by number 16, Jack Carpenter, assisted by Chad Hall. Second goal scored by number 18, Joseph LeBeouf. Nope, that's the wrong team. Their second goal was scored by James Law. No idea who this assist was. And another goal scored by number 87, Colin Aceto, assisted by Cameron Dallin. That was a shorthanded goal back in the first period. So again, 5-3, New York Arrows defeat the Utica Junior Comets. From Aviator Athletic Center on Flatbush Ave in Brooklyn, New York, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. What is it called?
It's Aviators. We do Aviator Recreation, but it used to be Aviator Sports.
Used to be Aviator Sports. They go by Aviator Recreation now. Excellent. Well, here I am, and I'm looking forward to some good dinner after this. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day.